Hi guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Peterson, that lady who teaches art, and today I'm going to teach you about the element of art called value. So please put your name on the top of your paper first. Remember, first name, last initial, and then your class, first grade. So like I said, we're going to be talking about value. We're going to write that right here. Value starts with V, and then it goes A, L, U, E. Will you write that in that box for me? V, A, L, U, E. Then I made a picture with different kinds of value. Values are the range from white to light gray, middle gray, dark gray, all the way to black. And a definition for it is the lightness, will you circle that, or darkness of an image. So sometimes people might say that white, gray, and black are colors, but technically they're not colors. They are values, and that's what we're going to study in this unit. So the lightest value known to mankind is white. Would you write white right here? W-H-I-T-E. White. The darkest value known to mankind then is black. B-L-A-C-K. And then halfway between those, we call it middle gray. So we just need gray right here. G-R-A-Y. All right. At the bottom, we have some directions here that say glue the correct shade in each of these right here. So I'm going to cut this off right here in the dotted line carefully. Remember, when we hold our scissors, we always want our thumb up and pointed out away from us. And then we're going to cut that little strip off there. And then you need to cut carefully around the boxes. The only thing you should be cutting today is paper. And you want to cut right on the rectangles. Those two are going to be just throwaway trash. And then I'm going to cut in between the boxes so that I have 5 different values right here. Okay, and then the directions say for me to glue them in the correct box. So the first one I need to find, before I start gluing them, let's set them all out. So I'm going to put out the white, and then I'm going to put out the black, the darkest one, and then I'm going to have my 3 middle shades left, and I'm going to put them in order of which one's lightest, which one's middle, and which one's the darkest, and then I'm going to put that for light gray, middle gray, and dark gray. When you have them in the right box, you are going to use a glue stick to put a little glue. I like to put it right where it goes in the box. And then I can put this down. And if I slide these down, here's a little trick for you. If I slide these down, I can go all the way across these boxes really quick like that. And then put the right one in the correct box. You'll know that yours is correct if it goes from lightest to darkest, and each shade gets a little darker as it goes. Okay. At the bottom here, it says use your pencil to create the correct shade on the box for the value scale. So if I take my pencil, I'm going to try to match the shade that I see up here down here. So for the white one, I don't need to do anything. It already matches, it's white. For the light gray one, I want to very lightly use my pencil. Notice I'm using my pencil all in a diagonal line. This is actually called hatching. It's a way of shading in art. So I do it light gray, try to match this color right up here. Pretty close. Now I'm going to go middle gray. This is like normal amount of pressure I put on my pencil when I write. A little bit harder than what I just did, but not too hard yet. I want the whole box to try to be the same shade all the way across, and I'm doing diagonal lines. I think I could go just a little bit darker to make it match that box above. Okay, so I'm checking this. Yep, looks pretty good. Now I'm going to make dark gray. I need to push even harder. But not the hardest that I can push yet. Keeping my lines diagonal, trying to stay in the box as good as I can. And trying to match that shade all the way across the box. And then my last one is going to be black. With this one, I'm going to push as hard as I can without breaking my pencil or ripping my paper. And my pencil doesn't actually make black, black, black. My regular pencil. In the art room, we have some fancy pencils that can make black, black, black. But for this, I'm just trying to get it darker than my last one. This one takes the longest because I have to spend so much time going over each part to make sure I have the right shade. All right, you are going to shade in your color, your value scale here is what we call it, and try to match the boxes above using your pencil. Okay, then flip your paper over, and on the back, we are going to have a little practice using our shading to turn this two-dimensional circle into what looks like a three-dimensional ball. So we're going to look and we're going to try to copy the shading that we see down here. So I see a really dark area at the bottom. It's not a straight across line. It looks like a curve, or like we might call it a smile. So I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to create that same curve. I think the darkest part is under the horizon line. So here's my horizon line. I want to go under that on that side. But then it curves up and around the ball, and the darkest part is above the horizon line down here. So I'm going to curve up here. And then I'm going to use my pencil to shade in as dark as I can without ripping my paper or breaking my pencil. I'm just kind of following that curve. Try to keep that shade pretty even down there, under the line.
Eli's back to the office, please. Eli's back.
Then the next shade is going to be my dark gray. So if I look at the dark gray, it looks like it goes above the horizon line here and then up even higher. So I'm going to come here. I'm just kind of following the curve that I did before. Notice I don't have any problem turning my paper. It's easier for my hand to curve this way. So I'm just going to turn my paper, and that helps me create that curve. Okay, now I'm going to shade in here. I'm going to go dark, but not as dark as I just did. This is my dark gray. You definitely want to be able to tell that this is a different shade than before. Then I have my middle gray. Looks like it comes up even higher. Follow that shape around. And then I'm going to push a little bit lighter. I want my last color to be darker than this one. My last shade. So if you have to go back and darken that last one a little bit so you can tell that they're different, you can do that. And then this last shape is going to be weird because I have almost like a circle right here of white. So I'm going to take my pencil and lightly sketch that circle-y oval right there of white. You can barely see that it's there. I'll make mine a little darker so you can see it. You want to make this as super light as you can, and then you're just going to shade light gray right around that. All right, and then just look back and see if there's any areas that need to just be finished up a little bit. Looks like I didn't quite get my color consistent there all the way to the edge or my shade, so I'm going to go back and get that a little darker all the way through. All right, then I'm ready to add my shadow. Shading is on the object, but shadow is what is off of the object. It's going to mimic the shape, so it's kind of circular, but it ends up looking like an oval. You can see that it comes under the ball down here, just a little skinny bit, and then out. So I'm going to start down here. If I look where the line is, it's going to be under that. Kind of comes along the shape here. And it's going to stretch out. It's under the line on this side too. And then right up next to the object, it's going to be darkest, and it's going to get lighter as it comes out. I like to use scumbling. Scumbling is little circles. So I'm just making my pencil go in little squiggly circles. And it's going to be darkest, and then it's going to start to get lighter. I'm still doing the same circles. I'm just making them come a little lighter now. I'm not pushing quite so hard. All right, and there you have it, guys. That is how you turn a flat circle into what looks like a 3D ball. I can't wait to see what you create.